Greetings, Culturians, and welcome back to the channel. We have a story today that will blow your mind. You understand that James Cameron, the creator of Terminator, is now determined to destroy it. Yeah, I know that sounds far-fetched, but hear me out. This story coming to us from World of Real is gonna change your perspective and maybe make you really hate James Cameron. I mean, I do. So, let's go. Before we get started, just a quick reminder, we need your help. We've got to get to 50K. We can only do that with you and your friends and your family and everybody else you share this channel with. So first, double check you're still subscribed to the channel and make sure you have all the notifications on. Second, hey, share the stream, share the dream. Make sure you hit the like button and put some comments down below as soon as you hear how radical James Cameron is going to go. So, without further ado, from Jordan Rumi over at World of Real, we have James Cameron admits having a hard time writing new Terminator movie. Stop writing them, James. We don't need them. You did a very terrible job with the last one, or even allowing it to be made. I mean, you were the one that gave it the green light and the thumbs up and go ahead and destroy the amazing Terminator story with all of the lecturing, hectoring girl power that you could muster. And let me tell you, the film didn't work. While James Cameron is busy putting together Avatar 4, which is going to be just a repeat of the same old hot garbage of the first three films, including the one that'll be coming up this winter, his long-gestating WW2 drama, Ghosts of Hiroshima, what's been barely mentioned is he's also quietly working on the new Terminator project. However, the filmmaker revealed in a recent interview with CNN, the current real-world climate, marked by rising fears over artificial intelligence's military use, making it challenging to craft an entertaining sci-fi narrative set in the Terminator universe. Well, you already destroyed the Terminator universe with the last movie. I'm at a point right now, Cameron says, where I have a hard time writing science fiction. I'm tasked with writing a new Terminator story. I've been unable to get started on that very far because I don't know what to say that won't be overtaken by real events. We are living in a science fiction age right now, and that's because you are out of ideas like you were with the last movie. The fact that you allowed it to be made at all was ridiculous. You can't see very far ahead because your imagination has been robbed of you, and it's been polluted by a structure of DEI wokeism and other garbage that has no place in science fiction. Details remain scarce about this new Terminator project. Good. Hopefully it stays so scarce it never gets made. It's unclear whether it will serve as a direct follow-up to Dark Fate, the worst science fiction movie ever written, with 3 different lines of messaging along the woke path of pure trash. Is it a reboot or something entirely different? There's been talk that Cameron aims to relaunch the franchise in a fresh direction, but nothing official has been confirmed. Well, I would imagine that's if, again, Arnie wants to replay this same character or the Draper that he was turned into in the last one. Again, the last film showed just what lack of directionality the franchise has under any kind of guidance these days, as it produced 3 different allegories with 3 terrible storylines. It also killed what is supposed to be the central character in the first few minutes. So I would say every idea he has is bad. Back in 2022, Cameron had mentioned that he was in discussions to direct the next Terminator movie, and that it would be more about the AI side of it. A year later, he confirmed that he was in the middle of writing the movie, and that he wanted to see how AI developed before he went any further with it. And I'm just going to say this, and you probably recognize it as well. In fact, let me know in the comments section down below. Do you think waiting's the best play? Probably not with the rate at which AI is developing. Maybe look farther ahead, maybe listen to what these people say they're going to do in the next 18 months and write that, because that's the only way that you're going to get in front of things, or at least be on top of things by the time your movie releases. In fact, I would talk to them about what they see 3 years from now. That'll give you a good Terminator movie. Cameron hasn't directed Terminator movie since Terminator Judgment Day, which is, although he had major creative involvement with Dark Fate, the Tim Miller disaster that he greenlit and then went around promoting, saying the greatest Terminator film ever. The film received bad reviews and reportedly lost $120 million. No, it definitely lost $120 million, and it was one of the worst movies I've ever been forced to watch. Cameron has spoken about his regrets in casting Linda Hamilton and Arnold Schwarzenegger in Dark Fate. Yeah, because he destroyed two amazing actors' careers and characters. Well, maybe not in the case of Arnold, but he also infamously had creative clashes with Miller during production and post-production on the film. And look, if he wants to claim he isn't partially to blame for that terrible movie, well, maybe that can add some wood to the fire. But I'm going to say it this way. It came out with his name on it and with his blessing and with a whole lot of praise. So maybe he was the one driving the allegories that ultimately destroyed the movie. The only way to inject some much-needed energy into this tiring old franchise is if Cameron comes back in the director's chair. But I'm highly skeptical this new movie will ever get made. Cameron seems to have higher priorities nowadays, and getting himself involved in this struggling franchise is probably the last thing he wants to be doing. And to be fair, I'm going to be happier if he doesn't even try to make another Terminator movie. He doesn't seem to have the range that he used to. He doesn't seem to have the focus that he used to. And again, let's be honest, he's an aging former visionary with no more vision. He lacks the ability to create anything new and keeps regurgitating the same story over and over again with just slight shifts in the elements that you are experiencing in the Avatar franchise. I know that's going to frustrate a lot of people out there, including Jay, Drunk3PO, over on his channels, but understand, Avatar is nothing but spectacle, and it's very hollow, and it doesn't have the zeitgeist that seems to bring people back again and again. Now, the visuals may, and it certainly is showing the decline that we expect out of a long-running franchise that's out of ideas, but I can almost guarantee that we'll see far less earnings on this Fire and Ash film in the Avatar series than we've seen in any of the others. And that will ultimately be trumped by a fourth. So let's be clear. Cameron probably just needs to give an initial opinion or direction on something he thinks needs to be made, and then let actual creative people take over. I would never suggest in a million years that James Cameron step completely away from the movie industry, but I think for now he's better off just collecting checks. And one of the checks I don't want him to collect is from any kind of new Terminator movie. But hey, those are my opinions. How about yours? Let me know your thoughts about James Cameron's new Terminator movie in the comments section down below. Are you looking forward to another tale from in this particular universe? Or do you think this particular universe is tired and old and probably already dead on the vine? Do you think Cameron is out of creativity and is stuck in one window that I don't think he can escape? Do you think it's foolish to bet against Cameron? And if so, I can understand why. But let me know your reasoning or anything else that you feel about a new Terminator film, again, down in the comments section below. As always, Culturians, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, and until next time, see ya! But not at a new Terminator movie.